Now, for now, though, at the risk of being repetitive, in my last broadcast before the New South Wales election, I ended by saying this. On Saturday night, the interest will be twofold. The coalition can't win. Can Labor get to 47? I don't think so, but they'll go close. Well, there you are. I said on Saturday night, the interest will be twofold. The coalition can't win. Can Labor get to 47? I said, I don't think so, but they'll go close. That is exactly what happened. Chris Minns is now Premier with 45 seats, not the 47, which would have given him a majority. He is a minority government. But barely a fortnight since he's been sworn in, the new Premier can see the reason I argued that the Perrottet government was as bad a Liberal government as we have ever seen. Minns has a massive job on his hands. The story at the weekend, for example, of a little 12-year-old girl from Goulburn on a waiting list for spinal surgery. She's been on the list for 706 days. There is no end in sight to her pain. She's one of more than 200 patients at the Children's Hospital at Westmead waiting for essential orthopaedic surgery. Did Perrottet ever talk about any of this when he said, think of our kids? Orthopaedic surgeons are warning that the delays are putting children at serious risk of irreversible damage to limbs and spines. The elective surgery waiting list at Westmead Children's Hospital is a source of shame. At the end of last year, the waiting list, 2,656. What were Perrottet and Keane talking about? Not that. The budgeted cost, they were talking about this, of the main construction work for the Western Harbour Tunnel between Rozelle and North Sydney has ballooned to $6.7 billion, up by $1.4 billion. The first stage of the Parramatta Light Rail has increased by $475 million to $2.9 billion if you're lucky. But kids can't get orthopaedic surgery. And then the Matt Keane green dream to inject renewable energy into the grid reveals that distribution is going to be a massive cost. That is, even if you had the wind and solar power, you've got to pay to get it into the grid. Check your electricity bill. Mine has already gone up by 27%. Then there's the perennial education crisis. You've heard me talk about it over and over again. Public school teachers quitting the job in record numbers. 1,854 permanent teachers walked away from the job in public schools last year. Sarah Mitchell, the outgoing Education Minister, did not have a clue. And it's not just kids being educated in more than 5,000 demountable classrooms. There are many children without even a teacher in the classroom. My warnings prior to the state election have been proven true. The Minns government has a massive job on its hands. I look tomorrow again at the rental crisis. It is literally frightening. We need a state government that stops trying to get hairs on its chest with so-called big ideas, climate change nonsense, and indeed The Voice, which I'll also look at tomorrow. We need to settle down to deal with the things that voters deal with every day and about which they feel they have no voice. Paying the bills, electricity, food, tolls, healthcare, education costs. These are state issues. Perrottet thought he was some latter-day statesman and ignored them. It's to be hoped this New South Wales government won't lecture the voter, but instead will listen to the voter. And if they don't, they've got a stormy road ahead.